Hey everyone, so let's jump straight into this. The first thing you're going to need for your occlusion pass is the occlusion shader. So I'm just going to come to my materials, I'm going to Control Shift C, F2 to rename this to AO. Go inside of it, I'm going to right click and search for matte. And this is going to be the shader that we're going to be using, so I'm going to F2 to rename it to AO_matte. And then I'm going to right click again and start searching for occlusion. And this is the node that's actually going to be doing the calculation for us. So we just want to connect this up to our matte shader by clicking on here and then dragging this up to the color. And then I'm just going to drag the matte onto the floor just so we can see if it's working. There we go, you can see a little bit of occlusion. So I would recommend coming to your occlusion node and just checking these settings here. Depending on the size of your scene, you're going to have to play around with these. The main one's going to be the radius, so I'm going to put this up a bit, 1.5. There we go, a bit more occlusion happening. So this is ready to go. If you want to just pop it on one object, then that's great. However, most of the time you're probably going to want your own pass. So a quicker way of doing this, rather than having to put it on every single object or editing your shading layers perhaps to change the material on them all, what we're going to do is we're going to do a material override. So I'm going to come down and we're currently looking at this beauty image here. I'm going to copy my entire image and paste it here. And I'm going to rename it AO. And just as a side note, if you're interested in learning how to make and use this template, then I cover that in my Clarisse First Steps tutorial. So I'm going to go into here. I'm also going to quickly rename this, keep everything neat. And on your image, you can come over to your 3D layer, go inside of it, scroll down and find your override material, and we're going to plug in our AO shader. Now initially you won't see anything happen here, and that's because this is a render time override. So we're going to come to the image view, and first of all let's just render the beauty. I'm going to hit play. So that's what we had before, and then our perfect copy of this but with the override material. Let's drag the A up here, and there we go. And you'll notice it's kept the displacement, which is great. You don't have to go around making duplicate shading layers. The override material just overrides the material and keeps the displacements. Last thing, you can see it's quite noisy. So if you come back to your AO, you can go to the occlusion here, and what we can do is you can come down to this quality here, and I'm going to put it up to say 12, and we can see that's a lot clearer. If you just page up and page down, you can see the quality difference there from the last render. So I hope that was useful for you. See you next time.